Hey guys, I'm out by the pool right now, and I wanted to give you an update because we just got back from one of the lakes that we've been harvesting duckweed, and that's water lettuce. And this is now floating. It blew out of somebody's yard. My granddaughter threw it in the pool. We got some more of the water hyacinths. They were few and far between, but I grabbed what I could get my hands on. And you can see the duckweed. My fish have been eating the duckweed fairly quickly, so I have 2 buckets now that I'm going to try and have the duckweed spread on its own in a bucket. But anything I put in the pond is fair game for the fish to eat, and that's why I'm getting it. It is fish food. If we get to the point where it gets so heavy in the pool / pond, then I'll be scooping a lot of it out and feeding it to the chickens, and that is the long-term goal. Short term is just to keep the fish alive that are in here and keep things going and cycling. And the more plants I add to the pool, the cleaner the water, the cleaner the water, the clearer the water. And because of our location, we get a lot of direct sun, and the direct sun can be a real issue with algae blooms, even in this situation. So it's just something that we're trying to stay ahead of. Right now with the cold, the algae isn't blooming near like it may in the summer. So I'm really concerned about this summer and the temperatures, but for now we're doing pretty good. And I have seen some ripples since we added especially the water lettuce has really long roots on it. I don't know let me see if I can show you that. And we actually got another plant. I keep seeing ripples, so we do have fish coming up, grabbing some food and going back down. And food being all the plants we put in here. This is a new plant that I was told by an aquarium shop would do very well in here, but I didn't have to buy it. I found it at the lake. So we picked up a couple handfuls of that, and that's going to be a free-floating plant as well. But here's what I wanted to show you. Look at the roots. Look at those roots. It's all one plant. Now, I don't know if the roots will sink, but that root is going to this water lettuce. It's not the prettiest. It's seen some rough times from what I can see on it. But being protected and in the pool, these guys should clean up pretty well. And I'm really excited because one of the things I'm realizing is when I look down the edge of my pool, my hand is in the water, I can see almost 2 feet deep now, which is really awesome. And that means that the water is clearing up, and that's a success so far. I do want to get some more plants, but I'm very limited, more than I thought I would be when I started the project. I'm very limited in the fact that I haven't been able to get my hands on cattails, which I thought would be super easy, and I never thought about how I would get lily pads with no money, because we're doing this all other than the fish that we bought, the tilapia to get the tilapia started, and some koi and the channel cats just to get a base line of fish in here going. We haven't spent any money on any of the rest of the stuff. So cattails have been really hard to come by, which is disappointing. And my location here, I have to be very careful when around any bodies of water because of gators. We have alligators. We also have crocodiles, but they're further south in Florida. But the gators are what you have to watch for. And when you have something like this duckweed floating, a gator could come up on you in a heartbeat. Even this lettuce was so thick on the lake that there was no way you would have seen a gator where we were harvesting these water lettuces. And the cattails are a little harder to harvest because you almost have to get in the water and dig them out. I don't know of any other way to get them. So if I come across an area that I can work safely, I'll definitely bring some back and get them in a pot and get them going, because I love the look of them. And they are definitely considered an edible, so we definitely will add them. Now, the reason we're doing so much with the water lettuce is because the chickens will eat it. The chickens will eat the water hyacinths. The chickens will eat the duckweed. So there's a lot of benefits to what we're doing here. And I'm just looking across the pond. I like seeing the duckweed because it makes everything look green and healthy, which is something I love to see. But I'll be interested to start seeing more of the actual fish. Oh, I just saw a minnow. They just sneak up, and if you don't think, you know, you gotta really look and squint, and it's like, oh, that was a minnow. But yeah, I haven't seen my koi since I put them in. We did have a bullfrog living in this pond, and I caught him the other day sitting in one of those flower pots right on the edge of the pool. And he was so big. I do have a photograph of it, but it's on my phone and I'm not sure how to get it back off. And it's actually on this camera now and I'm not sure how to get it back off. But once we get it off, I'll share the photograph with you. We did not kill him. The intent was to kill him and try and see what frog legs tasted like, but we decided not to. I relocated him to the back in the creek, and I walked a couple houses down and dumped him in the creek, so we're just hoping he doesn't come back. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. There's something moving on this. I don't know, something was moving right there. I don't know what it is. We're getting some interesting new life in here because every time you bring something from the lake, you can have freshwater shrimp, all kinds of, I think they call those the ghost shrimp. We do have some of those in here from our last trip to our lake, community lake. So anytime I find stuff like that, I bring it back. And who knows, we might go down there and do some fishing. We'll see. I'm just wanting to get my pond where I can see some fish and enjoy the fish I have in the pond. There's definitely something across there. I'm seeing a lot of ripples. So somebody's coming up and chowing down right now. That's awesome. Awesome to see. That's exciting. Alright, that's the pond / pool update for now. It is a process. It's not a short-term process. It's a long-term. And as soon as we have more to share with you, we'll definitely update you. But I wanted to show you all the different plants we got floating in here now. And I cringe every time I gotta harvest it off of a lake because I just don't want to get into trouble for taking it. But I also know the water lettuce, the water hyacinths, and the duckweed can be a nuisance on fishing lakes. So at some point I feel I'm doing them a service as well. That's our update for now. I hope you all enjoy the updates and have a blessed day.